friends, happy Monday. Welcome back to our mini lesson for today. Today for our mini lesson, we're going to work on 2 learning targets. The first one says, I can identify that story elements are there are 4 of them, characters, setting, problem, and solution of a story. We've been working on that our whole unit. So I'm going to show you our characters poster again to remind us of what characters are. We said characters are the people, animals, and things in a story. So let's sing our character song to help us remember what a character is. A character's who's in the story. A character's who's in the story. A character's who's in the story. A character is who. So a character can be a person, an animal, or a thing. And we've been reading our Gingerbread Man books, and our main character has been a cookie, the gingerbread man. So is the gingerbread man a person, an animal, or a thing? He's a thing, right? But the other characters in the books with him have been animals and people. Very good. Another part of our story element is the setting. So our setting is when and where a story takes place. So let's sing our setting song to help us remember what that is. The setting is when and where. The setting is when and where. The setting is when and where a story takes place. So when the story takes place, is it during the day, the night, the winter, the spring, summer, or fall? Or they even give us a time sometimes in the book, like we went to the bakery at lunchtime. It's also where the story takes place. Is it at home, at a desert, the city, a farm, the ocean, a playground, at school, the zoo? All right, so all those things are important to us as readers to pay attention to the details to make the story fun and exciting. The other part of our story element is a problem, the a character has. If we just said, oh man, the gingerbread man in our story, our read aloud for today, if we just said, the gingerbread man lost his class and didn't have a letter to give to the baker. The end. Is that an exciting story? No, it tells us the problem, but we don't know what the final story element is, the solution. So in order to understand the story better, we have to have the characters, setting, problem, and solution. Great. So since this is week 3 of unit 4 that we are in already, wow, as readers, we are really building our schema, our toolbox of information in our brains to understand how to read better. So since this is our 3rd week, we're going to practice reading what we call fluently. Fluently is not sounding like robots. So today's learning target says, I can identify parts of a book, and then tomorrow we'll practice reading fluently together and actually do the words. Today we're just going to identify our parts of the book and take a picture walk. So today's book, or this week's book for our Readers Theater, says, We Like Fruit. Rub your belly if you like fruit. Me too. I love fruit. I think my favorite fruit is probably blueberries, but I like them all. So this fruit is going to be this book is going to be all about fruit, and the kids are going to tell us the type of fruit that they like. So before we do our picture walk today, let's take a look at the different parts of the book. Let's play our identification game. Are you ready? Let's get started. What do we call this part of the book? The spine of the book. What does the spine of the book do? Holds the pages together. Good. What do we call this part of the book? The back cover. What does the back cover tell us as a reader? The story is over. Good. What do we call this part of the book? The front cover. What does the front cover tell us as a reader? This is where the story begins. What's always on the front cover? What are the words? The title. The title tells us as a reader what we're going to learn about. What always matches the title? The picture. What's another name for picture? Illustration. Very good. And if it's a real picture, it's called a photograph. Can you guys say photograph? Photograph. Good job. So this is a real photograph of some kids holding fruit. There's also some names on the front cover of a book. Who writes the words? The author. Who illustrates the pictures? The illustrator. Or another word for that is draws the pictures, right? Another word for illustrate is draws. So let's sing our author song to help us remember what an author does. Ready? Get out your fake book and fake pencil and let's pretend to write. Ready? A one, a two, a one, two, three. The author writes the words. The author writes the words. The author writes the words we read in a story. Good. Now, let's clear that out. Let's turn that into a blank canvas and a paintbrush, and let's pretend that we are illustrators. Ready? A one, a two, a one, two, three. The illustrator draws the pictures. The illustrator draws the pictures. The illustrator draws the pictures that we see in a book. So the author writes the words. The illustrator draws the pictures. Very good. All right. What do we call the page that has the title on it? The title page, of course. Everybody say, the title page, of course. Very good. In our Reader's Theater book, we have our title page, We Like Fruit, and it also has our author and illustrator, Cynthia Swain. But it also has parts in the book. If we were in class, we would break into groups, and we would have different groups read different sentences in different parts of the book. So that's what this is for Reader's Theater. There's also a Reader's Theater focus question. So it says, what fruits do you like? Our focus question helps us to make a connection to the book. It helps us to think about, oh, what do I like? What do these kids like? We see a picture of some types of fruits. You probably see this when you go to the grocery store. We have oranges, apples, bananas, mango. I don't know. And some, I don't know, those are not the best pictures, but those are nice and colorful. So there's different kinds of fruits on there. Okay, let's do our picture walk. In our book for Reader's Theater, at the beginning, we have our picture words. Those are the words that we are going to use as clues to help us read the unknown word. This is the word that's going to change on every page. Over here, we have our sight words or our popcorn words, the words that we should know as fast as popcorn pops. So we are going to read these words in these words zippity quick, and then the rest of the book we'll do a picture walk. Let's start with our picture words. We have apples, cherries, pears, watermelons. Now let's read our popcorn words. Ready? It says do, like, some, we, yes, you. Ooh. So we will see these words, and these will be in our sentences over and over again. All right. So now I'm on pages 4 and 5. This book starts on pages 4 and 5 with the words, the sentences, because it had some vocabulary before. Well, let's take a look at the fruit. What kind of fruit do these kids like? Apples. Give me a thumbs up if you like apples. What color apples do you like? There's red, yellow, green. Oh, the green ones are so sour. I like the red ones and the yellow, but the red ones are probably my favorite. Good. Let's take a look at the fruit these kids like. Do you guys know what kind of fruit that is? Look closely. Pears. Pears. I ate a lot of pears growing up. We always had them at dinner time. I don't know why. They were delicious too. All right. Ooh, what kind of fruit do these kids like? Watermelon. How many full watermelons do you see behind the kids? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a second. Didn't we just read a story about watermelons? We did. The enormous watermelon, right? With all of our characters. So they're enjoying their watermelon like those characters did at the end of the story. Ooh, yummy. What kind of fruit do these kids like? Cherries. You have to be careful when you eat cherries though, because there's a pit in the middle. So you have to spit those out. But cherries are yummy too. And then at the last part, the last page, shows us we like fruit. So there's all kinds of fruit. Fruit are called produce. In the grocery store, you can find them in the produce section. And they're nice and colorful and so yummy. All right. So when we read this book, we're going to practice reading together. Tomorrow we will do a choral reading where I read, you read. And we're going to practice changing the tone of our voice. It will go up. It may stay the same. It may go down a little. We do that in order for us as readers to pay attention to what we're reading so we don't sound like robots. So great job today, friends. I will see you tomorrow for your mini lesson. Make sure to stick around for your secret password because I almost forgot it. Are you ready for our secret password? Today, these mission goggles are perfect for our mission because So we are going to take our Monday checklist. We're going to flip to the back and we are going to write our password, which is made up of one shape and one sight word. So our first shape, or the shape we're going to draw, is a shape with 0 sides. You may think it's a circle. We have drawn a circle before, but it's actually a stretched out circle. What is a stretched out circle called? An oval. So let's draw an oval. You can draw yours standing up tall or laying side to side. For the fun of it, excuse me, let's give our oval a smiley face. It's kind of like Humpty Dumpty. All right, next to our oval, let's write a sight word. The sight word for today is going to be the word is. Do you know how to spell is? I-S. Make sure to use your lowercase letters. When you're finished doing your secret password, make sure to post this to your teacher's Google Classroom. If you do it every day, this week it'll only be 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, because we're doing something fun and special on Friday. But if you post it all those days this week, guess what? You will get a prize. Great job today, friends, with your mini lesson. Keep up the great work, and I will see you